You work hard every single day, but somehow your life still feels stuck. What if the reason your efforts aren't paying off has nothing to do with working harder, but everything to do with working the wrong way? In this video, I'll share 6 powerful mindset shifts backed by psychology that explain why your hard work feels invisible and how to finally start seeing real progress. I discovered this after noticing something strange. Some people work non-stop for years and stay stuck, while others make huge progress with less effort. Research from behavioral psychologists shows that effort alone doesn't create success. Direction, consistency, and emotional control matter far more than raw hard work. The problem is, most people confuse being busy with actually moving forward. They wake up stressed, stay distracted all day, and repeat the same habits while expecting different results. And while they stay busy, time quietly disappears. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why your efforts feel wasted and how to finally make your work produce real results. Let's dive in. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Most people don't fail because they lack effort. They fail because they waste energy on things that don't actually matter. A lot of people spend hours worrying, overthinking, comparing themselves, or trying to impress others. It feels productive, but it creates zero real progress. Research from cognitive psychology found that mental clutter drains focus and reduces performance dramatically. This works because your brain has limited attention every day. Think of your focus like phone battery life. If too many apps are running in the background, everything slows down. Here's how to apply this immediately. First, identify the 3 things stealing most of your energy. Second, reduce unnecessary distractions for 1 hour daily. Third, focus on completing fewer tasks with full attention instead of many tasks poorly. And stop confusing motion with progress. For example, instead of spending 4 hours multitasking badly, spend 1 focused hour doing meaningful work without interruptions. But that's not all. Because even focused effort fails if your habits are inconsistent. Because success usually comes from repetition, not intensity. Most people work extremely hard for a few days, burn out, then disappear for weeks. They rely on motivation instead of systems. Research from habit experts found that small, repeated actions change behavior faster than massive temporary effort. This works because your brain trusts patterns more than emotions. Think of it like planting seeds. You don't scream at the ground to grow faster. You water it consistently. Here's how to apply this. Choose 1 habit connected to your biggest goal. Make it small enough that you can repeat it daily. Track your progress visually on paper or a calendar. And never miss twice in a row. For instance, instead of trying to study 5 hours suddenly, start with just 20 focused minutes every day. Tiny progress compounds quietly. Thousands of students and entrepreneurs use this strategy because consistency creates momentum faster than motivation ever will. Now, you might be thinking, but I've already been trying for years. And that's exactly why the next point matters. Most people repeat the same actions without ever stopping to analyze what's actually working. Hard work without reflection becomes wasted movement. Research from performance psychology shows that feedback loops are one of the fastest ways to improve results. Why? Because awareness creates adjustment. This works because your brain learns through correction, not repetition alone. Imagine trying to shoot arrows blindfolded. Without feedback, you'll keep missing forever. Here's how to apply this immediately. At the end of every week, ask yourself 3 questions. What worked? What wasted my time? What should I change next week? Then make 1 clear adjustment instead of changing everything. Most people either quit too early or continue blindly. Smart people pause, adjust, and continue moving. Because sometimes your environment is quietly destroying your progress. Most people underestimate how much their surroundings influence their behavior. If your room is distracting, your phone is addictive, and the people around you constantly drain your energy, staying disciplined becomes extremely difficult. Research from behavioral science found that environment often shapes decisions more powerfully than motivation itself. This works because your brain always chooses the path requiring the least resistance. Think about it. If unhealthy food sits directly in front of you, resisting temptation becomes harder every single day. Here's how to redesign your environment. Remove distractions before starting work. Keep tools for good habits visible and easy to access. Spend more time around focused people. And create physical spaces connected to specific tasks. For example, instead of studying in bed while scrolling your phone, sit at a clean desk with only the materials you actually need. This brings me to the next secret. Your efforts also fail when your emotions control your decisions. Most people feel tired once and stop, feel rejected once and quit, feel bored once and lose focus. But successful people understand something powerful. Feelings change constantly, while discipline creates stability. Research from neuroscience shows emotions are temporary chemical states, not permanent truths. This works because your brain exaggerates temporary discomfort to protect you from effort. Think of emotions like weather. You don't cancel your entire future because of one rainy day. Here's how to apply emotional discipline. Pause before reacting emotionally. Focus on actions instead of feelings. Create routines that continue even on bad days. And stop expecting motivation to appear first. For instance, instead of saying, "I don't feel like working today," say, "I'll work for 10 minutes anyway." Action usually creates motivation afterward. You've already watched this far, so let me share the biggest reason most efforts fail. People stop too early. A lot of progress is invisible in the beginning. That's why people quit before results finally appear. Research on long-term achievement shows that delayed rewards build stronger success than immediate rewards. This works because meaningful growth often happens quietly before becoming visible. Think about the gym. You don't see muscles after one workout, but inside your body, changes already started. Life works the same way. Here's how to stay patient during slow progress. Measure improvement monthly instead of daily. Celebrate consistency, not perfection. Stop comparing your timeline to others. And remember that invisible progress is still progress. Imagine waking up 1 year from now and realizing all those tiny efforts finally compounded into a completely different life. That's the power of patient consistency. Quiet growth, invisible progress, massive long-term results. Let's quickly review what we covered today. Your effort fails when your focus is scattered. Your habits are inconsistent. You ignore feedback. Your environment works against you. Your emotions control your actions. And you quit before results appear. Remember, hard work alone isn't enough. Direction matters. Consistency matters. Patience matters. You already have the ability to change your life. The real difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck is what they repeatedly do when nobody is watching. Don't wait until another year disappears, wondering why nothing changed. Start with one improvement today. One focused hour. One healthier habit. One honest adjustment. I promise you, months from now, you'll look back and realize your efforts finally started paying off the moment you stopped working blindly. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more self-improvement videos like this. Drop a comment telling me what's one habit you know is wasting your energy right now. And if you want to learn how to stay disciplined even when motivation disappears, check out the next video on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.